Hello, I'm Kate with Kate's Paper Creations. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Washington State, and I welcome you to my weekly Casing the Catalog video and blog. And today we are casing the card found on page 80 of your new 2021-2022 annual catalog, and it's this one right here. Very cute. For this particular card, I believe they used the designer series paper called Plentiful Plants, and it's a 6x6 paper that's available in the catalog as well, which I did not have. So I have made it work with other things, and so I'll show you what I did and how we can take an idea from the catalog and expand upon it and make it our own. So this is the card, the finished look, and we'll build it together, and I'll tell you about it as I go. So I started with a Whisper White base. I like white on the inside of my cards, so that's what I do. And it is the 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4, and it's going to make a top fold card. Layer 1 is gray granite, and it is cut full size, so it is 4 1/4 by 5.5 because I wanted to cover the entire front of the card. And it's going to go on just, get things over here a little bit, flat with Stampin' Seal. So we'll get that on there. There we go. Then the next layer, I'm not going to attach yet. In theirs, it was a piece of the paper from that designer series paper, and I just wanted to get as close as I could, and the In Good Taste designer series paper has this particular design that I felt matched quite well. So that's where this came from. It's from the In Good Taste designer series papers. It is cut 3 3/4 by 5, and it's going to go on here and leave that little bit wider border around, but we're not going to attach it yet. Then I used the stamps from the set. Instead of cutting all these shapes out of the designer series paper, the stamp set, which is right here, has all of these pieces. It has the flower pots, the 3 different flower pots, and some plants. And so I just used what was in the kit, and then in the set, I should say. And then this is for the pot that holds this up. It's a die, and there's dies that cut all this out. So that's what I used, was the dies from the die set. So it's a Plentiful Plants bundle with the dies and the stamps. Okay, so then to build, I stamped the flower pot with cinnamon cider. And sometimes when I'm die cutting these out, I get it a little too wide on one side or the other, and I don't care for that, so I just help it out just a little bit. And I just took a little bit more of it off. There we go. That'll make my one flower pot. The shelf that you see here is from Cinnamon Cider cardstock, and I'm going to put it on here like this, and I'm going to use my liquid glue, which I use the Zig 2-way glue pen. You can use any liquid glue that you would like. Stampin' Up! Has a liquid glue as well that I don't have, so I'm just going to use this. And it's just kind of centered from side to side, maybe 3/4 of an inch to an inch from the bottom. And it's just attached flat like that. Then to build this particular flower pot, I stamped 2 of these, and these do not have a die, so I hand cut them out. So I stamped 2 of those with the Evening Evergreen ink, and then I stamped 1 of these with just jade. So it's going to be a different color than you see in my original, but I changed it up a little bit. Then I brought in my mini glue dots, and I started by just getting a glue dot on the base of this one so that I could attach it to the back of the flower pot, and I brought it, kind of leaned it so it could kind of come up over the front of the pot just a little bit. And then these I just picked where I wanted them, and I cut this one right here like this into 2 pieces. And I'm going to put a glue dot on the back of that one. And I'm going to have it come out this way. And then I'm going to put a glue dot on this little piece and put it up here in the middle like that. So it's got something there. And then this one, I don't need the whole thing for this one either, so I'm going to cut it a little bit as well. And I probably won't use that other piece. And I'm going to put this one right in here like that. So that builds my pot. And then I'm going to just attach these with mini glue dots. I'm not going to raise them up. To me, I felt they had enough dimension already with the layers that I didn't need to add more dimension. So we'll just put a few glue dots on here. That's good. And we'll attach that so it just kind of looks like it's down over the shelf just a little bit like that. So there's that one. The next pot is this one with this one inside. Now this one also I stamped, but in the ones they cut out from the paper, they had the really lovely dark lines on them, and so I added those myself with the pen. So this is a gray granite stamp and a gray granite pen, and then I just used the gray granite pen to add these little lines to give it a little more character. And then in this die cut, there's a slit, get a hold of it, there's a slit right here that you can tuck that pot down in, just like that. Isn't that cool? I like it. Okay. And for this one, I stamped with evening evergreen and pale soft succulent. Sometimes the names escape me. Okay, and I'm going to attach those just like I did the others to the back of the pot like this. And we'll get a piece on this glue dot on this one as well. And it's going to go back here like that. And then this whole thing is going to get attached to the card with, you guessed it, mini glue dots, just a couple of them. It doesn't take a lot. We'll put a couple there. Oh, here's one and one here. And then this little pot's going to need a little bit of help. So I am going to, well, I could put another one. Let's do one more glue dot right down here. That'll help a lot. And then I'm going to use my glue pen here, and I'm going to put just a little bit of glue down the sides of that so that it holds it in place. And then it goes on next, and it's going to sit on top of the shelf and just go up like that. There's that one. Then the next one I stamped with the Just Jade for the pot. And then I stamped this little cactus-like plant. I stamped it with gray granite ink. Then I brought in a blends pen, one of these pens, blender pens. Is that what they're called? Yeah, blender pens. And I took just a very light bit of the succulent and colored over it to give it just a green tinge to the gray. Then I came in with the evening evergreen marker and added the little marks to make it more like the paper showed, like the picture showed, if you can see it here, how it had this grayish green and then those lovely little marks. So I was trying to imitate that just a little bit. And so that's how I did that. And then this is going to get attached also with just another glue dot on the front of this and attached to the back of the pot. And then we'll put some glue dots on this pot on the back side of this pot. And let's put a couple on here like that. And then that's going to get attached right here like that. Okay, now I'm going to attach this to the front of the card, and I am going to attach it, this art piece, with dimensionals. Now everybody has their own idea of how many dimensionals a piece needs. That's what I think this one needs. You might think it needs more, and that's okay. I'll tell you, I'm sitting here working in my room this morning, and all of a sudden I heard this great noise, and I looked up, and there was hail coming down like you crazy wouldn't believe. It was amazing. So I had to stop and go watch it for a while. It was pretty cool. But not damaging hail, just fun to watch hail. So then that's attached with the dimensionals, and then the sentiment is stamped with the evening evergreen. It's from the kit, to a dear friend, and then you can inside you can add thank you or happy birthday or I'm here for you or whatever you want on the inside of your card. It's just a great beginning phrase, and I'm going to be attaching it with a couple of dimensionals. This is a 1/2 inch wide by, well, let me look, about two, yeah, a little over 2 inches, and 1/2 inch wide by 2 inches. And that's to a dear friend. I don't think I told you this cinnamon cider shelf piece is a 1/4 inch by 4.5. So there is my Casing the Catalog video for today. I thank you for watching today's video. I invite you to shop my online store for your card making, paper crafting supplies. The link to that is in the description box below, as well as a link to my blog page where you can find out more about current specials, promotions, and sales. And remember, those who order through me online will get a small gift from me in the mail. So I encourage you to consider doing that. Thanks again for stopping by.